Hello and welcome back to The Real Deal. I'm Kevin Price and the Dead on Renewal music video just dropped. Well, it dropped a few weeks ago, but to avoid major spoilers, I decided to wait to review it. And if you haven't seen it yet, you can still watch it in the card above. But in these 3.5 minutes, there's so many hidden details and Easter eggs that can be missed on a first viewing through. So we're going to go today frame by frame and break down this epic lyric video. Jumping right into it, the song starts off with chanting of dead air in the radio world. Dead air refers to the phenomenon when there's complete silence over the airwaves when there's otherwise something that should be being broadcast. But once the vocals kick in, we see a bunch of doors lining a hallway with plaques on each of them. Now, if you increase the exposure, you can actually make out some writing on some of these plaques. Now, they're a little hard to see what they said, but as a prestigious reaction YouTuber, I got to talk to one of the head animators of this video, and they said that the plaques actually named shows that aired on WMSC between January and May of 2022. Some of the ones that he pointed out were Howdy Rowdy, The Variety Hour, and Stop and Stroll Radio. And as the first verse comes to an end, we see the FCC office where a majority of the video takes place. But if we look in the upper left, we can see a picture of Kyle Pepitone, aka the Kyng-Pin parentheses of Spades, with the title FCC of the Year. This is a reference to the role he played in The Nightmare Before World College Radio Day, the album which Dead on Renewal stems from. Moving on, the second verse starts off with shelves lined with trophies, and these plaques are much easier to make out than the ones on the doors. So, going from front to back, starting at the top shelf, we can see Best On-Air Personality goes to Nate Williams, who was actually one of the recording engineers on the Nightmare Before World College Radio Day musical. Best Station in the Nation for 2021 going to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair, which was an actual award won by the station. Best Radio Show of 2022, Heavy is the Crown, a subjective award given to the show. Most Popular Show of 2022 went to the Boss Level, again, a subjective award. Trophy for Existing, King's Chaos, which is actually the Kyng-Pin of Spades podcast over on his channel, Kyng-Pin, linked above. And then at the very back, there seems to be a trophy with a huge paragraph written out on it. Now, it's hard to tell exactly what it says, but I was able to make out, thank you, then what looks like needs CD milk, followed by WMSC, and then Lacey T4 B32 Mags, some gibberish I couldn't decipher, JERJT. And that might be some sort of meta reference I don't understand, but that's what I think the message on the trophy says. Then, moving on to the bottom shelf, the trophies read Best Album of 2021, The Nightmare Before World College Radio Day. Then, Healthiest Sleep Schedule, Error ZX3, Recipient Not Found, which is kind of a jab at college students for not going to bed at quote-unquote normal times. The next trophy says World Kyle Radio Day, December 14, 2021, where Kyle spent 24 hours on live radio. And then the final trophy says Best Friend, Emil McCormack. But all of these memories and good times are being shoved off the shelf by the lyrics, showing that the FCC is coming in to shut everything down. And then, in the next shot of the verse, a radio is violently spewing out the next words of the song. But if we look on the LED screen of the radio, we can see all the song information for Dead on Renewal, including song name, artist, and the album that it comes from. And next to that radio, there's a framed picture of people. This is the crew that wrote and recorded the Nightmare Before World College Radio Day musical in just 2 weeks. After the second chorus, in the next verse, we get a much better view of the office as a whole. The verse starts off on a computer screen, and if you look past the glitches, this is actually behind-the-scenes footage of Kyle recording the vocals for Dead on Renewal as the FCC. Then the camera zooms out from the computer screen, and we see it in poster form, the actual cover art for the Nightmare Before World College Radio Day, designed by Kyle himself. Then, once the scene transitions, in the background we can see a chalkboard labeled Dead Air with a whole bunch of tally marks on it. This shows that the chorus wasn't a metaphor, but the FCC was actually sitting there counting every single second of silence that was appearing on the station. And finally, we move on to the outro of the entire music video, where we're reaccompanied by the chanting of Dead Air with glitches on each of the words. Now, this not only shows that the FCC is taking control of everything, including this lyric video, but if you look in some of the glitches, you can actually see different logos and images that Kyle worked on as a graphic designer for WMSC. You can make out Heavy as the Crown, the Nightmare Before World College Radio Day poster again, the logo for King's Chaos, and the boss level. And that was all the Easter eggs and hidden details I was able to find in the Dead on Renewal lyric video. If you think I missed anything, make sure to sound off in the comments below. Also, feel free to hit that subscribe button or that like button if you enjoyed the lyric video as a whole. I'm Kevin Price, this is The Real Deal, and I will see you in the next video. JERJT. Moving on